and Nigerians are known all over the world for their music, their art, especially Afrobeat. But let's ask ourselves why Nigeria is not a tourist destination. Let's begin. Today's episode is corruption in Nigerian airports and how it affects Nigerians' reputation outside. My name is Rena, your main host, and joined today is my amazing, beautiful, talented co-host, Faith. How are you doing today, Faith?
Too many praises. I'm fine.
I'm giving you your flowers, baby.
Oh,
that's
I
it.
received them, collect them.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine.
I missed you guys last week. Did you guys miss me? 'Cause
I missed your boss. How did they not miss you?
Imagine.
Ask the viewers what he said. How did they miss you?
That's Samuel. I'll deal with you. There's still so many things to discuss shortly after the break. Welcome back, guys, and we're still on today's exciting topic, which is the corruption that happens in the Nigerian airports. Faith, this topic, I'm so excited. I have a lot on my mind. My chest is heavy. It's full. I need to be dramatic, dramatic effects.
So
let's start.
I think we need to give you the first flow to pour out all those things in your mind.
Let's start.
Maybe you should start by giving us all this. Start by giving us the statistics.
See, let's start with. I started
airports.
with Nigeria is known all over the world for their arts, their music, especially entertainment. Mm-hmm. We see so many things. People know Lagos. Have we ever asked ourselves why Nigeria is not a tourist destination? Because let's start with the first thing people see when they're entering your country is the airport. That's how you welcome people into the country. And unfortunately, the airport system in Nigeria has been below par for a couple of years now. We hear stories all over the internet about corruption at the airport, people bribe, extortion, so many things. Let's bear in mind that in 2016, they said Nigerians, in 2016 and in 2021, they said Nigerians are one of the widely traveled people in the world, just behind America and the United Kingdom. Do you know what that means? So it's crazy how we say it all the time at Julia. There's no country you will go to, you will not see Nigeria. It's crazy how we say it, but it's normal. It's part of the things. I remember reading an article. I can't remember. In 2021, they said Nigerian tourists, the body for the travel agency made over 2.4 million in revenue just from tourist destination, ticket pricing. That was just it. That is not even talking about how much planes, airlines make. This is just from travel agencies. Mm-hmm. So let's say the traveling has been one of the major revenues in Nigeria. Faith, again, with all these amazing things, why is our airport system below par? I need you to explain the whole background because I'm confused.
See, there are a lot of things. Because if you go online and search, you see a lot of things. And if you hear people speak about their experience, it's bad.
It's heartbreaking. If you hear people's experience, it's really bad. Heartbreaking.
Starting with tampering of scale. Imagine you going to the airport with a bag. Sometimes they even go as far as emptying your luggage. Or you empty your luggage and re-put it. You can imagine you come with the luggage and then they put it on a scale. It's showing this certain amount. Then they take it out, empty your whole luggage, put it back, and it shows something higher. Guy, how? The same amount of things, the same amount of things in that luggage and showing a different thing. And then come to think of the different amount of checkpoints somebody have to go through.
I wanted to even mention it, but thank God you just mentioned it. From the whole process from entering the airport to enter your plane is hell. Because the minute you land with either your ride or your driver, whatever it is, they're already asking you
for money.
Madam, which airline? They're already there. And it's for young travelers, especially young people that are traveling, it's quite hard because it's probably most times your airport is quite scary. It's a scary experience, especially doing it alone. Mm-hmm. So we need to understand from our point of view that it's easy to get swept away because the minute you land in the airport, they're already asking you, should I help you with this? Say no to them. Tell them no.
Because at each point they're collecting money. At each point,
it's that bad that even money. In the bathroom, in the toilet, I was embarrassed.
Yes,
I
read
this 2022 report for this woman. I think her daughter underage was traveling back to the US by herself. They extorted this girl so much in $800. This woman literally went on a Twitter rant. tagging the Nigerian government, tagging FAN, and I'm so happy that FAN, bless their soul, they came together as an organization, fired those people, made a proper tweet to that woman apologizing and refunding the money back. That is what we expect. But the problem is, it shouldn't get to that point.
Yes, because it's more like as if everybody, every single officer or every single office staff are involved in this thing. Because at each point you get, okay, and you get to this point, they tell you, no, you can't follow your, before you can enter your guy, you got to drop something first. So you drop something, they are signaling the next people at the other point, okay, you don't drop.
Every step of the way.
It's not like
from
they're
when
all
you drop
connected.
from when you, I tell you, from when you drive or drop at the airport, the next step is standing in line, finding out which airline. Next thing they're asking you, at that point they're asking you, madam, I forgot trolley. What am I saying? Trolley is 500. The last time I traveled, that's the last time. Trolley is 500. They will still collect more than that 500 from you. So from the point where you get to the point where they're checking your bag. Another thing is we tend to blame airport officials and not blame ourselves, because once you get to the point and you see that your boxes or your bag are above, most Nigerians, the next step is to bribe. That's their next step, and that's very wrong, because we can't just blame these people. What are you also doing to be better?
Yes, in that light, we ourselves also contribute to this corrupt, because
why is your first thought to be corrupt?
Sometimes when we see that, okay, we're carrying too much things.
See, my mind in traveling is,
you know, this extra bag.
My mind is, I'm always saying, if by this thing to start throwing in the bin, what is going to happen? But some people's first thought is, I will just pay.
Just pay. It's just, apart from just pay, is, you know this extra handbag you carry where they don't even really weigh, because it's not like say your handbag. They will now people will put clothes that are meant to be in their box, or items that are meant to be in their box, put in their bag just to escape it being weighed on the scale. But when they still get into where they will still check their bags, they will not still even have to still drop money again.
Another thing again we need to talk about, because we can't just blame all these airport authorities. What are Nigerians doing? I've noticed the way Nigerians are so rude to airport authorities. These people are working for you, doesn't mean you get to belittle them.
Actually,
to be very honest, because most times, because traveling, I don't like to like put like my laptop on my arm because it hurts my shoulders. But laptop weighs a lot, so most times my bags are always they always say, oh, do you have a laptop there? I'm like, oh, they'll help me. They try to help me. They always tell you, oh, remove the laptop, put it in your hand luggage, just to help me make sure my bag isn't above. But you see an experience when someone will tell them something, a Nigerian just flares up and causes a scene. Do you know who I am? Who are you? Who are you? That is the next question.
But another thing that I find really annoying and offensive is when probably for instance, just take this scenario. You're traveling from the UK to Nigeria, and you get a lot of things you want to come and give to your people back at home here, and then your luggage passed through checkpoints, gets to you, and then you notice that some of the things in your luggage are missing. How?
They've opened it now.
And sometimes, your luggage gets to get delayed. Your luggage will not be delayed. They'll tell you it has not come. Probably they will send it to you in so hours time. And when your luggage finally comes, they've opened. Why? Why are you going to people's personal things? Why? And even if you want to go ahead to take the matter address, they will keep giving you story upon story, frustrate your issue, and you end up not even getting your case resolved.
And you hear stories of people's bags being turned over, bags being scattered,
the people's bag being broken because of mishandling.
Don't try that one with me. Don't try that one with me.
But the thing is, I read one of the major hits is all these checkpoints, collecting of briberies and checkpoints, extortion.
We're going to talk about the effects on travelers, like you said, shortly after the break.
About me, until let me go with me. I'm alone, will it do me? Seke bula, I'm still getting my mula. Don't like Belunera. ikú tó pààyà tíṣà ó lè pa àwọn nígà. Kí ló ń fò lókè ẹyẹ ló ń fò lókè kí ló ń rìn nílẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn ló máa ń rìn nílẹ̀ má tẹ̀mí mọ́lẹ̀ owó má tẹ̀jú ilẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ kó má bàa dọ̀bálẹ̀ ìwọ ló máa fi kólẹ̀ wọ́n fi kólẹ̀ fún wa sójà mẹ́ta gbòòsà àwílò ló kàn bá fún mi lówó mi pizza késekése kàsà blanca open bible chapter step on the satan mo pè ṣùdánù mo kàn lẹ́sẹ̀ kan ó ta mo rẹ́gẹ́jì kan. They don't know, I don't go. They want know where I go. Kilo fa pata wọ́n fẹ́ ká mi mọ bẹ̀yẹn ọkàn ti sún fáìnà ọ̀bẹ̀lẹ́nu méjì ṣeré mi.
Welcome back, guys, and we're still on today's amazing topic, which is talking about the corruption that happens at Nigerian airports. So we talk about the consequences of all these things, which we've not really spoken about
the consequences
it, because we're talking about the consequences on for me, because but what are the consequences on travelers, on Nigeria's reputation? Because what are we doing here? We're not going to talk about our country face.
I feel most travelers right now have the mindset that it's a normal thing. Once I get to the airport, I will drop plenty money at each point. They feel like that's the system now. They've taken it in like a system. I read an article about foreign journalists that came into the country, and then they were held to pay bribes at each checkpoint. They didn't want to pay. They said then they're going to take their visa. They're going to call them terrorists. They're going to deport them. Yes, they're going to deport them.
That's what I'm talking about, but national embarrassment.
Exactly. It's spoiling our reputation. These people ended up paying and asked them for receipts. They're not going to give a receipt. He had to tweet it. He had over 4,000 retweets before the office of the vice president came. They gave him a receipt without its stamp. And it's making everybody see us as corrupt, like because he was saying
government
yes,
officials.
Because he gave an advice to Nigeria. It was like, we can't solve our issue except to start with the airport, because that's the first thing each foreigner see when they enter the country. Each traveler, that's the first thing, and that's the first point of meeting, and then it's very, very unpleasant. This is a situation where I also saw another article where a woman was deported because she didn't pay a bribe fine.
No, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, because
when we talk about so many airport issues, let's even leave international. Our national level, domestic flights are absolutely abysmal. Let's start with delay of flights.
Exactly.
Like, what is going on there?
Sometimes these flights are
pisses me off. Not even that.
Pay extra.
Like, first of all, the amount of money you pay to reschedule a flight is absolutely ridiculous. Most times it's double the money just to reschedule that flight. The airport system is not exactly comfortable, yet they keep people there for hours. They don't even communicate better. And most times you miss flight and they don't even email or message you. Most times you get to the airport before you find out your flight has even been moved.
Exactly.
Or they are telling you 1 hour before that your flight has been moved forward.
So how are they expecting you
these
to
are
meet
absolutely
up?
These are absolutely ridiculous, because we've dragged airports, we've dragged Nigerian citizens. When are we going to talk about the airlines?
True.
Because they are below par too. The standard they start with is not the standard they remain with. They go below. Okay, let's start with COVID. There was a reason for no food. What's the reason now? First of all, the prices are grown way beyond. Yet you're still giving people water, a tiny. But are you joking with me, Nigerian Airlines? Are you ready to be serious? Because you can't be taking all this money and not even showing workings. Let's actually be serious. We have so many people talking about airport issues. And again, we tell you people, we're not just talking about, we're trying to make solutions to these airport issues. And all these things,
I think if we're talking about solutions, if everybody will stop giving these officials bribe and begin to report it, at the point they ask you, bring out your phone and start flagging and say, see, I'm reporting you. If everybody
you.
keeps doing that,
Thank
these people
you.
will stop because people keep
You're
cooperating.
giving these people money.
That's why.
Do you know that from my flight from Abuja to Lagos, I was irritated all through. The begging was irritating me. They begged me all the way to the toilet. Like I need space. And you still follow me to toilet to beg me. I was irritated.
Something for you, but you tell them I don't drop for you. I say no, that one is small when you drop now. Drop another thing. Okay, the only thing. So you maybe you even having an issue and then you go and meet an airport staff and you're trying to like, can you help me? And I say the only thing that can solve your problem is money. And you have to drop money and immediately you start something you've been struggling to do for how many minutes within seconds like this they've done it for you, but because you've dropped money.
Absolutely.
I think if we ourselves, let's stop the aspect of where we go to the airport with a lot of luggage and then it's over our luggage are overweight and then we're opting to even pay. Let's start
I
with
say
stopping
it all
that.
the time, and also saying this me saying I was irritated by begging. These people are the way they are begging is not normal begging. I'm not serious. The Nigerian government needs to do something about wages and salary. The country is hard. The economy is hard everywhere. It's not just Nigeria. It's hard everywhere. And the funny thing is their salaries is not reflecting the economy of Nigeria. I'm going to say it. I know they hide my mouth. To be very honest, the begging is absolutely disgusting. We say it all the time. These people are begging, and I'm not going to give you money because I'm not the one employing you.
Really?
I'm not going to.
Really.
To be
And
very honest,
I feel that
I
in
am
as
not
much
going
as
to.
I
I am
we
not
wait
going
for
to pay you. And I promise you, if I travel and anything happens to me, I am going to flag it. I have my phone.
Thank you.
I will flag it immediately.
Thank
I
you.
don't even have time
That's
to
what
be
I wanted
speaking
to say.
English.
In as much as we bring solutions,
I won't
by
even
saying
talk to the
government
airport,
this,
and I
government
feel like
that.
everybody else should do the same thing.
Yes.
Don't answer them. Don't be rude. Nothing. Just take evidence. Pew,
And flag.
pew, pew. Take
And
their
flag
picture if
it.
possible.
I flag
Go
it.
on,
If
flag
you're
that.
asking
Chicken out.
how do I flag it? The flag it app is there. Apple Store, Play Store. Download it, have it handy. They try to
No,
to
your
export
flagging
you,
app
try
should
to
be like
bribe-
your diary. Small thing, you
They-
butter your phone, you are taking
and flag it.
evidence there.
And flag
No
it.
need to explain too much.
If you've had experience of this corruption, we have the National Traffic Radio.
And funny thing is, if you want to actually
discuss this
because
corrupt
there's
matter
only
to
so
Sama
much
it.
we can talk about.
Yes.
There's still so much we discuss on Sama corruption.
Yes.
We can delve into this topic more, and you can call into the Sama corruption
Put in your
program.
contributions,
Definitely.
ask your questions. They're there to guide you. Talk about how to tackle corruption in your area, tell you ways to tackle them. Don't forget, every Friday, 9:30 on National Traffic Radio, 107.1 Abuja. Stay tuned. Don't be touching the dial. Be listening and be stammering corruption.
Yes, Faith, I'm so excited to our favorite segment, which is Flag Your Week, which is still in respect to the airport. But before we even do anything, I just want to literally say everybody here at Flag Your Week, AFF, is wishing rest in peace to Mohbad.
Yeah.
Obviously, definitely. We're so sad to hear about that. Definitely.
Yes, really, his death
And
is
we
really,
are
really
literally
painful
sending comfort and guidance to
to
his
his
family.
family and friends. I
Definitely.
feel like we should have 1 minute silence.
Honestly. And welcome back, guys, to our favorite segment, which is Flag Your Week, you guys. And we're flagging something. See, in this Flag Your Week, we're going to talk about all the corruption. Your time is literally counting. And AEDC, all of them, from the Lagos,
Let's group them.
all
NEPA.
of them, national,
We
all
all
of
know them as
NEPA,
NEPA.
AEDC, all of
And
them.
it's-
Your time is coming up because the corruption people are doing, both them and both the Nigerian citizens, from bypassing all. I want to talk about it because it is a normal. It's things that are happening. Innocent people are suffering what corrupt citizens are doing because you bypass electricity bill. NEPA, they are aware of what you are doing.
Actually, because
They are looking at you and they're not saying anything.
Okay, let's take.
But guess what? Your time is coming because they're still going to come and bill you, and it's quite sad when they come and bill, they meet a new tenant, and that person is
inheriting the sin of the past tenants. And the Bible says we're not inheriting the sin of our fathers. See
something that you do not know, you don't come and pay for.
Just for
Just
instance,
imagine.
let's flag us here, our organization here.
Because it's happening to us.
Yes, imagine owning a building where the former owner had I don't know how you did, just meter. The person tampered with the meter, and then the meter was not reading normally. And NEPA now came. ADC now came. Now the ones that bypassing, and the one that paid the fine.
That doesn't even make any sense in a country.
How did the person even tamper with the meter in the first place?
Why should we have to be the ones to pay? Yes, I am speaking to you, AEDC. Why should we be the ones that have to pay for what someone else did?
Is there no a system
when we literally have the other that we're not the
person?
ones? This is what I mean by we need to do better in tracking our citizens, because in a working system, you should be able to find the person that did that and find that person.
Yeah, because there's proof
and
of
not
ownership
us.
when the ownership was passed down. Who was in the building at this certain time?
That's it.
This was the time this
you need to do better.
Meter was tampered with and stuff. Like that, because how did the citizen even end up tampering the meter? Okay, is it that person was going to employ one electrician, random electrician that came and tamper? It's not still this NEPA staff that they came to come and call to tamper with.
Nigerian citizens and the organization, because they go hand in hand for this corruption to still be happening. Do you know how long I've been hearing about bypass? And I'm still hearing about it in 2023.
Since
Nigeria has no growth whatsoever. We need to do better, and we're going to go.
We're trying to do better, because this country all of us must join hands together to make this country better. See, if you know you've had any story of bypassing, better come let's
you have any
together.
Experience.
Yes,
because
come let's
have
it together.
experience.
Come,
you
let's
can
use the
message
hashtag,
us, so
flag your
all
week.
our social media handles.
Let's talk about this, because in our corruption and not in our country. Like come and use the hashtag all social media handles on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Thread.
Everywhere.
Please come, let's drag them so that we'll stop paying fine that we don't know about, or not inheriting another person's sin. Actually, really, we need to.
That's it.
We need to do it.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. This topic was an enlightening and an exciting episode. I was so entertained. Faith, were you excited with this episode?
I was. At least all of us, we don't use take torchlight inside all these small
things. I just want to thank you, Faith, for joining me and literally shedding a light in the corrupt practices of the Nigerian airport system, and also the roles the Nigerian citizen play in this. And I just want to thank our viewers, because again, I always thank you guys, because we wouldn't be here without you guys. We want to thank you for sticking with us, because I'm so emotional, because we've been doing this now for how long and you're still here. I want to thank you guys for joining us. I'm Vanna, your main host, my amazing
co-hosts, Faith. Thank you so much for joining us on this week. We can't wait to have you again next week. Stay tuned.
Bye-bye.
Bye.